Rise and shine, Wildcats, and welcome to today's edition of Wildcat News. Today is Friday, June 18th, and welcome to your last full day of school. On this episode of Wildcat News, we've got a few announcements plus a video recognizing Saturday's holiday, Juneteenth.
That's all coming right up, but first, please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
First, congrats to the following students who were recently named Student of the Month for the month of May. For grade 7, Rachel Loomis. For grade 8, Taylor Motter. For grade 9, Ryan Mulcahy. For grade 10, Dom Varillo. For grade 11, Paul Jackson. And for grade 12, Christian Veazey.
If you borrowed a book from the library, it is due back by today.
Marching band and color guard signups are happening now until June 22nd. Please see Mr. Mosley for more information or check out these flyers posted in the hallways and scan the QR code for an informational video about color guard.
Now let's find out what the cafeteria is serving up today.
Today for lunch we have Wing King pizza, cheeseburger on a bun, Big Daddy pizza, meatball parm on a torpedo roll, side salad, baby carrots with light ranch, fruit, fresh, cup, juice, and of course, your choice of milk. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Natalie.
Now I would like to wish a very happy birthday to the following people who have birthdays today and this weekend.
Donovan Carter, Lauren Savo, Marisol Perez, Emma Richek, Isaac Ruin, and Patrick Ballin.
Well, that's all the announcements we have for you today. We are going to end our broadcast off today, bringing you a very special video highlighting the Juneteenth holiday we've been talking about all week. Roll the segment.
Freedom, oh, freedom, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me, and before
I have to be totally honest. I only recently learned of it. It was not taught when I was growing up, and I saw a lot of stuff on social media about it. So at that point, I wanted to learn exactly what it was.
Anybody else find out about Juneteenth through social media? Or
Well, I found out through TikTok.
Yeah, and some on TikTok too. I feel like it's something that we should have learned way before, rather than finding out about it during like a commercial or on TikTok.
It's basically the day where all of the African Americans / Black Americans were free in America.
Juneteenth is the oldest holiday that commemorates the end of slavery in the U.S. Juneteenth gets its name in the humor of the day of Granger's announcement and first appeared around 1903. And then lastly, Juneteenth is celebrated when slaves were freed in Texas after the Civil War was over.
So basically, after the Civil War, it took specific African Americans in Texas like 2 years to know that they were actually liberated and they didn't have to be slaves anymore.
I think that about the march, that was like a really good thing to do, and just make sure that the people that were in the march, they were telling people how they had the freedom.
I wish people knew that Juneteenth isn't just something to ignore about. It's a national holiday that we should all celebrate to show our respects to our Black African American and the ones that were enslaved. It's not just a regular day, it is history.
June 19th is also known as the holiday Juneteenth. It is the oldest known celebration to honor the end of slavery in the United States. The holiday is most often celebrated in African American families or communities. Today, with computers and smartphones, news travels instantly. But after the Civil War, the Emancipation Proclamation had to be carried from place to place and read aloud. That was the document issued by President Abraham Lincoln, to say that enslaved people in the South must be set free. It took 2.5 years for news of freedom to reach enslaved people living in Texas. On June 19, 1865, they finally got the word. They were free. Jubilation, joyful celebrations broke out in places where the Emancipation Proclamation was read, and that was the start of today's Juneteenth traditions. People share stories of that great day, have picnics, attend rodeos and baseball games, go fishing, and have fun with family and friends. Juneteenth is also a time to learn and celebrate new things. Many museums offer Juneteenth programs and exhibits. Although the holiday has its roots in Texas, it shows appreciation for African American history and culture, and for the freedom of people everywhere. What would your Juneteenth celebration be like?
I feel like a lot of times in like history class they should update the curriculum and not just have it just we learn about like war and just I guess like white American history. Like we should learn more about Black history.
I hope it's included in the curriculum because it is a very important part of history, and I hope it's recognized and celebrated just as we do July 4th.
I think that like it's something that even if it's just young kids that we should be able to know what happened and that on Juneteenth, how it, even though it's not mentioned in the curriculum. That like more people celebrate it and like in schools and like with their friends, because some people like still like don't know about it, and it was like a huge act in history.
I mean, honestly, like every other history event, it should have been taught in like history class or in school in general, but nobody really learned about it because nobody ever wanted to talk about it. So that's why we're just now like figuring out what it is.
We should like every time like when it's like Juneteenth or like it's coming up, we should all bring awareness so like this goes out to all the other people.
Many decorations with like hallway decorating maybe, or like classroom decorating with the teacher. That way not only is it like a teaching experience, but it's also a bonding experience with the teacher. And go ahead.
Or like on the announcements, like they could like say like some facts based on Juneteenth, I guess.
Or like we could try to do like learning and like educational activities on like Juneteenth.
Yeah, something maybe like posters in the hallways or something like that, even if it's little or big, on a big scale. Like I wish like people like learned more about it, like celebrated like it, because like now people like know that it exists. I hope like in the future that more people like what Avery said, like more people know about it, and there's like I hope that there's like more celebrations about it, and like how there was a march, but maybe like just like celebrations, like in schools, communities, and like just different people who know about it. They could like they can make shirts about it or like make a poster about it and like walk around and just on June 19th and like talk about it.
My hopes for Juneteenth is that we all come together and celebrate and educate ourselves on how important this holiday is, to show our jovialness and appreciation to the ones that went through thick and thin. Because there's so much ways that we could really show our appreciation. We can do like, as Adriana said, t-shirts and then like hats, and then we could really just make the word, I can't think of the word, we can make like a website about it. To really, because there's younger people who don't know about it, and there's older people that haven't been really taught about it yet.
Yeah.
So it could really be just to inform us.
I love it. Any final thoughts before we finish up our discussion?
I just like want to say, like, since like we have equity, I hope this like really goes well and really makes people like kind of lift up off their feet, and not just to be like sitting down like on the day Juneteenth really comes, not to be sitting down like watching TV games. Just really take appreciation for the ones who went through thick and thin.